That's correct. MVP winner A'ja Wilson has come under fire after a resurfaced clip shows her criticizing Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark. In the video, Wilson implies they've had an easier path compared to others. Her comments reveal a different side, especially as she now seems to be targeting Caitlin Clark again, this time in connection with Nike. The irony hasn't gone unnoticed.
Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA. Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the...
Wilson finally broke her silence, opening up about the emotional toll this year has taken on her. This is the first time I've heard so many people call my game boring, she admitted. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It gets exhausting showing up every day when you feel undervalued. But if I know my own worth, I don't let that affect me. She described it as a vulnerable moment, explaining how her teammates became her anchor on the days she didn't feel like herself. Despite having a phenomenal season, winning MVP with ease and gaining wider recognition than ever, Wilson appears to be pointing fingers at Caitlin Clark, suggesting fan disinterest in games without Clark is somehow her fault. But the truth is, that isn't on Caitlin.
It looks like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
Despite having an outstanding MVP season and receiving more promotion than ever from Nike, Wilson still seems dissatisfied with the spotlight Caitlin Clark is receiving. It appears Wilson believes that being the league's MVP should automatically make her the most talked about player, a sentiment that reflects growing tension around the changing dynamics of attention in the sport.
The world is so crazy. A'ja Wilson, the woman speaking in this video, is the daughter of a professional basketball player and went to private school her entire childhood, but cannot recognize the privilege she has, but so quickly points out others.
A'ja Wilson, a two-time WNBA MVP, is facing backlash after resurfaced clips show her making controversial remarks about race and privilege in women's basketball. Wilson implied that white players like Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark have benefited from greater opportunities and media attention due to their race. Her comments, viewed by many as dismissive, have sparked debate across the WNBA community and raised questions about equity, recognition, and the evolving dynamics of the league.
I don't play for their approval. I play for God. I play for my teammates. I play for my coaching staff. I play for the people who support me, good game or bad in their opinion. So all that to say, I had a great summer.
A'ja Wilson specifically called out Paige Bueckers, who, though still in college, is widely regarded as a future WNBA star. Wilson expressed frustration over the amount of attention Bueckers has received, arguing that many other players in the league are often overlooked in comparison. Her remarks have sparked widespread debate among fans, analysts, and fellow players, adding fuel to ongoing conversations about recognition and equity in women's basketball. Bueckers, currently starring at the University of Connecticut, has quickly become a standout figure in the sport. Known for her elite shooting, vision, and composure, she's been hailed as one of the next faces of the WNBA, and her growing popularity reflects both her talent and the evolving visibility of women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark, Dawn Staley, the great Dawn Staley, who I revere, by the way. But she was playing the way she's playing now. Well, wait a minute. You know she had the potential. You know, playing amongst other stars, with her marksmanship, she could have made big things happen. With her passing ability, she could have made things happen. Then she would have drawn excitement and eyeballs, and people the world over would have been watching her, which would have assisted in the elevation of the WNBA brand, which would have benefited.
The narrative around privilege grew even more tense when reports emerged that A'ja Wilson had made pointed comments about her teammate, Kelsey Plum, a key contributor to the Las Vegas Aces' success. Plum, a former No.1 draft pick and one of the league's top scorers, was allegedly the target of remarks suggesting she had benefited from advantages not extended to players like Wilson. While Plum has faced her own challenges on the path to becoming a WNBA star, Wilson's comments were seen by many as a personal jab, rather than a broader critique of systemic issues within the league.
Ugly-ass shirt for Caitlin Clark's Roadie Award got sold out in 50 minutes.
Somebody coming along and elevating the sport shine ultimately benefits you. Go out there, compete with her, try to bust her up if you want to, and all of that stuff. Just don't hate on the acclaim that she's getting.
Caitlin Clark, coming off a standout Rookie of the Year season, has reportedly drawn criticism from A'ja Wilson. Clark narrowly missed a unanimous vote, with the lone dissent going to Angel Reese, fueling further controversy. Sources suggest Wilson was unhappy with Clark being promoted as the league's next big star. Even Nike, which sponsors both players, found itself caught in the middle. While Clark's popularity and marketability soar, insiders say Wilson felt her own achievements as a two-time MVP were being overshadowed by the attention Clark is receiving.
Who, by the way, I'm going to go there, who happens to be white, and brought a level of attention and allure to the sport it had not received before. And what we were seeing from an abundance of folks appeared to be...
This situation put Nike in a tough spot. As a major WNBA sponsor and longtime backer of A'ja Wilson, the brand had to balance loyalty to an established star with the undeniable rise of Caitlin Clark. Clark's explosive performances and growing fan base, particularly among younger audiences, made her impossible to overlook. When Nike released a branded top featuring Clark, it sold out in under an hour, a clear sign of her market power.
Really feel like Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year? And then just own it. I don't care. I don't think Caitlin Clark's going to...
Nike recognized that Caitlin Clark's charisma and on-court dominance made her a major marketing asset, especially with younger fans. However, A'ja Wilson's status as a leading face of the WNBA, with a strong following of her own, made it challenging for Nike to shift focus toward Clark without risking tension or backlash.
I thought she would be unanimous. I mean, it's not even close. Because I said the most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark and should be a top 5, if not, it should have been a top 3 MVP candidate.
For Caitlin to win Rookie of the Year in a dominant fashion when it is going to be one of the great rookie classes in the history of
I'd love to have been valued as a basketball player. I would have been loved to have been spoken about just for my play. I think everybody in the league can say that. But nobody ever let us do that. So what happened? We started to build a back